Hello สวัสดีค่ะ
Hello, how are you today?
I'm fine.
Great. Questions for us for this
No.
exciting day?
No.
Okay, so exciting news, right? Which is
What?
Sifty is going to the IELTS test on Saturday, right? So today is Monday, so we have a few days to practice until the big test. So, a couple things. We paid, how much did we pay for the test?
7,000.
Almost 7,000, yeah, 6,900,
6,900.
which is how many dollars?
I don't know.
I don't either, but it's about,
1, 3, 2.
it's like 220 or something like that. Maybe depends on the exchange rate, but something like that. So it's pretty expensive, and I think it's the same in most countries. I don't think there's any discount here in Thailand. It's probably that's the real price. They like to take as much as they can from the poorest. They should give a discount in poorer countries. Anyway, we're going to go to the IELTS test. We did there are a couple options there, right? So there's the academic test, the AC, right? I can't remember what
AC and another one.
GC or something, general test or something. I can't remember exactly. But there's an AC and there's a GC, and also there's a computer test, and then there's also a paper test. So there's a lot of different tests that you can take. I don't know that much about them, but I was reading a little bit when we were in the office, and the only differences between the AC and the GC, as I read, was that the AC test is for academic. The questions are a little bit harder, I think, on the reading and writing part. But the speaking and the listening are the same. So for us, it doesn't matter because the only thing we're interested in is for Sibti to see the speaking and listening. That's what we learned here we tried. We were pretty much just having fun. We were trying to learn how to speak and to listen. So for us, it doesn't matter the GC or AC test. I think that the AC test is probably a little bit harder for people who want to go to school. Probably they have academic questions, which might be a little bit harder. So then the other one that matters for us is the computer test and the paper test. So here in Thailand, the computer test is much more available. There's a lot more options. There's like 2 per month, but the paper test is only once per month. So we are going to do the computer test, but as I understand it, the speaking is still the same. Now, the other problem that we have is because of the coronavirus, the person who you're supposed to speak with isn't here in Thailand. So they told us that Sipti is going to talk with a computer. There's going to be maybe a real person, maybe just a recording, we're not sure, but probably there'll be some video and there'll be a person who will ask Sipti the speaking question, and she'll have to talk to the computer. Usually it's supposed to be a real person, but that person is scared of the coronavirus, probably ran home back to the UK, and they're not here anymore. Or maybe they're just not allowed to do it anymore. It might be a Thai person. I'm not sure. Anyway, so we're going to the IELTS test on Saturday. That will be very exciting. So stay tuned. You might see us crying on Sunday on the show. We're not really ready yet, exactly. I thought we were going to have a little bit more time. But even if we had more time, we still would have sent Sipti to the test right now because this is now 1 year. So even if we have more time to practice speaking, we should still go right now anyway, just to see what we have learned in 1 year. It's just a good idea to gauge our level, to see if we've learned anything or if we have destroyed Sipti's speaking ability. Probably she was an 8 when she started, and now we've taken Sipti down to a 4. Anyway, that's going to be exciting. We're going to see what Sipti's level is. I don't really know. I would guess, if I had to guess, I would say speaking will be between 6 and 6.5, and listening also between 6 and 6.5. It might be a little higher actually in speaking. I could see Sipti maybe getting a 6.5 in speaking and a 6 in listening, or maybe a 6 in speaking and a 6 in listening, something like that.
But, or maybe 4.
I don't think 4, but it depends on the question. You know, if they ask you a question that you have never heard the words for, then the listening could be very low because it could just be the test. So I have had people go and take an IELTS test and get a 7, and then they go back and they get a 6.
Because question.
Yeah, just because of the questions and the day. You know, people change when they're speaking. Some days you come here, you speak very well. Some days you come here and you have trouble.
Luck.
It depends on how tired you are, you know, how much energy you have.
How I'm feeling.
Right. If you get angry, if you're in a bad mood, you'll speak differently. The difference between me and you is that it's not difficult for me to speak. So if I'm tired or if I'm angry, I still speak the same. But if you are not a native speaker, then it takes much more energy to speak. And if you don't have any energy, or if you're in a bad mood, or if you're not thinking about the question, then you might not be able to focus on answering the questions. So it really depends. But I chose this test because I think it is one of the best. When I listen to these questions, I have asked people these questions for thousands of hours, and I think that when they tell me that the score that they get, I think usually it matches their level quite well. There have been a few people who told me that they got a high score in speaking, and when I spoke with them, I really didn't think that they were at that level. So those people may have practiced some type of strategy for answering questions and maybe tricked the test a little bit. But for the most part, whenever I speak with people, the level that they answer to me is pretty similar to what I think they should get. Sometimes a little bit lower. Usually on the test they give you a lower score than your real level, just so that the people who are hiring you or the people who are going to let you into their school are sure that that is really your level. So for example, if your level is about a 6.5, probably the IELTS test will give you a 6, so that when you go to the school and they see a 6, they can be sure that absolutely that you are at least a 6. So probably they give you a little bit of a lower score, and I think that makes sense because the key is for them, they don't want someone like you to get an 8 and then to go to America and go to school and you show people you got an 8 and then the teacher says you're not an 8. That would ruin their test. They need you to go there and be at least the level that those people are expecting, and then those people say, okay, yeah, that's a good test. Right? Anyway, we don't care about the reading and writing. Probably Sipti will get a very low score in reading and writing. It will be similar to other Thai people because Sipti usually sends me a message and she's like, I is show no. So I don't think we're going to do very well on reading and writing, but it doesn't matter. Reading and writing can be learned better by people in Thailand. You don't need an American person to teach you reading and writing. It would be stupid. It's not necessary. You can learn reading and writing. All American kids learn reading and writing. It's not that hard from people in Thailand who can explain the things better. But remember, you should not learn reading and writing until you learn how to speak. Everyone learns reading and writing first, but it causes too many problems. They're not good at reading and writing, and then they're also not good at speaking. You should learn to speak first, and then learn to read and write. But most schools don't have the ability to teach you speaking, and so they try to teach reading and writing. Okay, so that was my waste of time there. I wasted 12 minutes of your time speaking. So before we get to our practice, we're going to try to practice for a couple more days just to show Sipti what my advice is, and then we'll go to the test. But before that, today, let's explain for people what the experience was of going to sign up for the test, because many people don't know. So it will be good practice. So tell us what happened when we went to get the test.
At that.
Yeah, on that day. So what day was it? Do you remember? I can't remember.
IDT or IDJ. I don't know.
No, not the name. I'm saying the day. Do you remember what day it was? Because I don't remember either. It was a couple days ago. Maybe 5 days ago. I can't remember. Probably Monday or Tuesday. Today is Monday. Last week, it might have been Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, so what happened when we went to sign up for the test?
To a look. It is the building looked like
What time was it first?
school.
What time was it?
Evening.
No. It wasn't even because it closes at 5. It was about 3.
4.
It was about 3:30. Yeah, it was about
3:30.
3:30.
Or Friday, probably on Friday.
Was it Friday? It wasn't on Friday. It was before that. It was, I think, on the first or the second. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's not important. Okay, so then we went to the test, right? And then what happened? Not the test. We went to the building.
The building.
I looked it up online. Oh, I should tell people. Sipti doesn't know. So I searched for the IELTS test. It's pretty easy. Not all cities have an IELTS test center, but Chiang Mai does and Bangkok does. And so we're lucky that we have it. We don't have to go to another city. That would be really bad. I don't know if they have one in Phuket. So if we were doing this in Phuket, we would have had to go to another city, that would have been a disaster. Okay, so I looked it up online. There's some company called IDT or something that is friends with IELTS, or they work together. I don't know what their relationship is. But anyway, usually if you want to sign up for an IELTS test, you have to do it online. But I thought we should go and ask them and talk with them and see if they have a test or be able to ask them questions. And so I read online that you can go to the company. In our case, it was over near the university, over near the shopping mall, Maya, or whatever over there. And it was, I don't know, a couple minutes from the mall. It was pretty close. Okay, so we got to the building, and was it a really big, beautiful building? No, it wasn't.
I thought At first, I thought we went to the wrong place,
Okay.
but because it looked like normal company, small building, small company.
It was just like a little office.
Yes,
Yeah.
very very small. And
Because I don't think they take tests there. It's just some type of information office or something. I don't even know
but
what it was.
someone can go there and try to test
Oh, practice.
inside
Okay. Okay.
because I heard they talked together.
I heard.
Them talking.
Who?
Girls there and
The.
the girls there
That's right. There were no guys.
and
That's true. There were no
Talk.
guys in there.
with the students,
There was
Two
only one.
students.
Oh, there was two.
yeah, guys and girl.
There was a guy. Yeah, there was a guy, and there was a girl.
Girl came with when with came with her dad.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. I was so excited about paying 7,000 baht. I didn't notice.
Because they talk Thai, like
They talk.
in
They talk
talked in Thai language,
Thai.
Thai.
Yeah.
And when we got there,
We smiled. No.
no, we
Okay.
wear masks,
Right.
and we asked about,
So we opened the doors, right?
and we saw
Right. What did we see in there?
one or two. We saw counter, a counter, and one table. Oh no, two tables,
Okay.
right side and left side, right khwa,
Okay. Right.
between us.
Not between.
And
On each side.
on each side,
Between would be here.
on each side,
So if there are two things, and then something is here, it's between us. This pen is between us. But if you are the pen, these are the tables. They're not between you. They're on
On
the
each.
side of you. They're on each side of you.
on each side of,
Side of you.
of us.
Yes.
And I saw three or four, no, four women,
Four.
four women
Yeah, there were no guys working there.
worked there.
Why do you think no guys?
Probably guys bad, guy are bad. Guys is
Are
or bad English
at.
at English.
It's not that guys are bad at English. It's just
Bad
it takes
conversation.
longer. It takes longer to learn. That's all. But
Oh.
the level is usually the same. But it just takes a lot more
And
time.
bad conversation.
I don't know if they're bad conversation, but definitely longer to learn. There was one lady, right? She came and she talked with me. She was very excited. Probably
Looked
she.
like Chinese. She looked like Chinese girl.
Okay, I didn't notice that.
Short hair.
Yeah, but she was the manager or something,
Yeah,
and she
probably.
was very excited when she saw me.
Looked like boss.
She was very excited because probably not that many Falang people go to
Yes.
to that office because it's
Yes.
for Thai people, and she was excited to talk with someone. So she very quickly came and tried to talk with me, and she said, "Well, do you need anything? Do you need anything? What do you need? What do you?" She had a little bit of a British accent because I think I asked her, or Sipti asked her,
You
and she
asked.
asked. She said that she studied in the UK.
Oh,
So she had a little bit of a British accent, and
UK.
yeah,
UK is London.
yes, Okay, so you went into the building and you were very excited, right? Not really. Sifty was behind me, she said.
No.
usually
They
Sifty's more
decide.
excited, but at that day she was behind me. She said, yeah, okay, you go. Sit down.
You should talk first.
Yeah, right, yes, it said, you talk first. But they were all Thai people, but
Yeah.
Sifty wanted me to talk with them.
Because I know they can talk English.
You thought.
Because that place for English.
Yes, but doesn't mean that they can speak English.
No, they should.
Maybe, but
Everyone
it doesn't
should
mean they
talk.
have to. Because there are no English people who go there. They need to only speak with Thai people. And also they don't need to show Thai people that they're good because they're just representing the test. It's not the same as like an English school. They're just
They help
doing testing.
many things. Like if someone want to go to another country to learn or to talk.
What if they want a sword?
I think
Yeah, probably they can't.
No.
Okay, no, they
they
can't.
can help
Okay.
people.
Okay, so you went to the building, you were very excited about the test, right? Sifty had a lot of strategies not to go. First Sifty said, I don't have my ID card. Let's not go today. And I said, don't worry, Sifty, we can use a passport. And she said, I'm really tired. I can't go today.
But good luck, we could do.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we went there and Sifty was really excited, and then what?
I let you ask.
Right, Sifty said, okay, you go. And then
Because
I started.
didn't know about taste.
Right, but you could have asked questions.
I asked just one question.
Okay.
It's hard. Not.
How can I get out of this?
And second, I asked how much level Thai people can get.
Okay, right. Okay, we'll get to that. But first you went in there. You have to make the setting, remember? Just like we learned in the pictures.
It looked like small office. A small office in a building probably had third floor. 1, 2, 3.
Not had.
There was.
No.
There were. It was.
It can't be in the past. It's
is.
still.
It is one building.
Okay. And it
has 3 floors. Floors.
Right. Probably it has. We don't know. So you say
I don't
probably it has 3 floors. Okay. So you would say it's a 3-story building. 3-story building.
Why story building?
That's what we call it. 3 stories.
Means 3.
3 floors. 3-story building.
And
But we didn't go up. We couldn't go
Yes.
up. It was just.
And we couldn't see anything behind their counter because there is a wall.
There was. Right. Well, there's a wall there. We can't see behind that wall.
Yeah, but I saw a door behind.
Was it a door? I think it was just a hallway. Was there a door there? I can't remember.
Just one hole
Yeah, I think it was just like a
Yeah.
hallway.
for people who want to taste to practice.
Do you want to go practice? No? Okay, great.
I can find in internet.
Yeah. Remember, don't waste your time with the reading and writing, just listening and speaking. We practice speaking all the time, so probably if you want to, you should just research what they're going to ask you for listening. That's it. Because the speaking is going to be like this, and the reading and writing doesn't matter. Don't matter. Okay, so you went into the building, and you tried to hide behind me, but then we got up to the desk. There was a British-sounding lady who was very excited to answer our questions, and
another one.
we sat down, and there were 4 people there, and then there was one other guy, and there was one lady who was talking on the phone. One fat lady
Yeah.
who was talking on the phone,
She learned in Canada.
and she was talking very loudly, and it was very hard to understand. So I'm not sure if we were actually at an IELTS test. We might have been at Subway or McDonald's. I'm not sure because she was talking so loud I couldn't hear. But anyway, so we sat down, and then what happened?
You asked them about when they have test.
The next test.
The next test,
Okay.
and they showed a
Paper.
paper
Okay.
time,
A paper.
line time,
We need,
timeline
we need to
Paper
show. We need to
of-
show. Yes, of.
of test. IELTS test. Next
Dates.
dates.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Exactly.
And-
Do you remember what it said?
In Feb, no, I see it. ตารางอะ what do you call ตาราง two table
A table.
and showed when they have on no in February and next month.
Let's try again. The paper showed
Time to test.
not time to test.
Day
Test,
test of time
not of. Test.
in.
No,
I
just
don't know.
just the next
Test
word. No of.
for
No, the next word without of. Test.
test. I don't know.
You said it, but then you put an of in the middle. Just no of. Test.
Time. Test times.
Yes. So the paper was
Show
the paper was
test
a
test.
a table.
A table of test times.
Yes. Doesn't it sound so much better when it's right? Right. Okay. So then we got confused, right? Because we didn't know if we should take the AC or the GC test.
And you asked them more time to search
I asked them,
for
yes,
time
for more
time to search
search,
about
not about.
for AC and GC. What different?
What
Different?
what
The different
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 difference
between AC and GT. C.
No, what the difference is. We don't need to say, it doesn't need to be that long. I asked them what the difference was between the tests. And they didn't really know. They just said most people take what?
AC.
Yes.
Because usually people who went there wanted
To cry.
test
Okay.
for study.
Not far. They wanted
To study. What?
in another country.
In another country.
Yeah. Do you want to study in another country?
Yes, but probably too late. I almost
What would you
30.
study?
Huh?
What would you study in another country? If you went to
Design-
Canada, what would you study?
Design in English.
Design? Like what kind of design?
Design
Like how to
or
make
art.
how to make a painting in English?
How,
In English painting?
How to
Is it
find
different?
work about design.
Not about.
In design in another country.
Okay. So you wouldn't take something new? Why not take something new?
No,
Why not take like rocket science or
that
something?
means I had to start from zero.
That's true.
But
then
I
you get
almost
smarter.
30.
I
I am almost 30.
not really.
Maybe
You're 27.
Late. No, it
27
will,
isn't 30.
will take a lot of my time.
Yeah, but you'll be even smarter.
But we should smarter what we have.
We should
We should smarter.
we should
Get smarter in what we are
not are what we
have. What we skill.
what we
I don't know.
know.
What we know.
Yeah. That's true. Sifty's smart, right? If you are a musician, don't go to
musician?
don't huh?
Musician means
People who play music.
oh.
If you're a
music.
musician,
Music.
yeah. If you're a musician, probably you shouldn't go to school for chemistry. Right? Sifty's right, exactly. If you're a musician, make sure you go to school for music. Exactly. Okay, so then what happened in the exciting interview there? Not really an interview, but conversation.
As you searched, I talked with them. I asked them about
Who did you talk to?
the fat girl, the big girl, big
Okay.
woman,
Okay.
and small lady. I think two of them were students from university, students, and they went there
They went there.
to learn how to work in there.
Yeah, exactly. Would you want to work there? I wouldn't want to
I
work
don't like office.
there. What do you like?
I like freedom.
Not freedom. I like
work. I like what I can choose.
It's not really freedom, but that's the translation that Thai people use, but it's not exactly freedom. Freedom is not slavery. Work is not really slavery.
But like slavery.
Yes, but we don't use that word though. I like
freelancer.
freelance is a type of work.
But freelance means we can choose time to work, or
We can choose
what we want to do.
We can choose
The time
the time.
to work, right?
That's what people believe, but not really, because
What it mean?
what
What does freelance mean?
It means that you don't have a boss. So people give you jobs or tasks, and you choose the ones that you want, and you work when you want. But it's not really freedom because you need money. So if you don't work, you don't eat. But there's more flexibility with freelance work. But the problem with freelance work is that you don't get paid as much. Flexibility
Means
you can bend. Flexibility.
like negotiate, like what we want and what customer or boss want, and we
No.
can go in the middle.
No. If you need to work 5 hours a day, maybe you can work from 5 to 10, or then the next day you can work from 10 to 3, or whatever. You can bend the times or the money a little bit. There's more flexibility, not really freedom. We call it flexibility because you still need money, so you still have to work.
Like me.
Right. Well, Sifty doesn't always come to work, but
But I still need money. That's why.
Sifty needs money, but she doesn't want to work. Okay, so you got to the exciting part where you were talking with the fat lady, and then what?
She doesn't. She didn't.
Speak quietly.
She didn't.
She was on the phone.
actually
She's like,
She didn't actually want to talk
Okay.
with me.
Okay.
Probably she was busy or I think she was busy for to
Nothing. She was busy.
to teach
Not to.
To
She was
talk.
busy.
about.
No, she was nothing. She
She
was
was
busy.
busy จะ say
And then you need the next word. She was busy.
because
Okay.
she had to work as teach to students how to work when she blah, 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 in computer about we apply หรอ
Not about.
she the fact
She was busy
because
because
she had to teach
work
and teach
teach
student
to
to students
we call them something though. They're called interns.
to interns
Yeah, they're called interns.
how to work
Yeah.
and they asked me about my information
Not about.
they asked my information
They asked.
for my information
Not quite. We were still negotiating with them first. We were still asking. I was still deciding if we were going to take the test, and I also didn't want to pay.
no,
No, okay.
at that time
Okay.
I think we want to test
Let's try
at
it.
first
We
we still wanted we really want to talk, to taste but we want to find the right taste so.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So then what happened?
And then I gave them my some information
No. We decided which test we were going to take. So what did we tell them?
GC
Yes.
because you searched and you found it's for travel
Yes. So I read online that the speaking and the listening are the same. So those are the only ones we care
and
about.
probably not doesn't hard it's not hard like AC
It's not
as hard as AC because AC falls
AC
for
is
is for studying
Exactly. They said online that the speaking and listening are the same, so that doesn't matter, and that the GC test can be easier.
like
So then it makes
people
sense for us,
want
because
to travel
it's the type of questions they give you. So are they academic questions or are they general questions? General means average, like asking you about, buildings and horses rather than chemistry and science. Something like that. Not exactly.
for normal life
Yes.
AC for normal life
GC.
or GC for
General.
general
G stands for general. A stands for academic. Academic means school.
and general
Yeah. So it makes sense for us to take the GC test because we don't care about reading and writing anyway. So then why not choose the easier one? In my opinion.
we always can help
Oh, I think that Sibti has a better chance of. We'll probably take both just to show you guys, and Sibti can explain the differences. But I'm just saying, for the first one, it makes sense to take the general test. Okay, anyway, let's keep going with our exciting story. So you were in the IELTS test room, talking with the fat lady. She didn't want to talk with you. And then what happened?
and then they small girl the small girl
Was that the girl who spoke English?
no the girl one of students
Okay.
asked my email
Asked.
for my email and my address
Why did they ask for your information?
for
Because?
apply to apply
Apply
the test
for.
to apply for the test.
Not exactly. So the test is supposed to be signed up online, but we didn't do that. We went to the office and they signed up online for us. So they had a credit card and they had everything and they put in all of the information for us.
And after that, they asked us again.
To smile.
No, for
No.
what we want,
Not for.
what type
They asked us.
for,
Not for. They asked us.
about type of test.
We don't need to say about. They asked us and then just ask the question.
What you want?
What?
What do you want?
What? Test.
What test do you want?
We wanted.
What test we wanted?
What test do you want is asking another person. But right now we're just describing the situation, so it's not a question. We would just say, they asked us what test we wanted, and Sipti said, I don't know. I said GC, that's fine. And then they told us there was no, I asked them, I said, is there a person, because that's the most important thing for us, is for Sipti to talk with a British
Real
person. And they said, no.
Because
And I said,
the
oh.
coronavirus, but I was happy.
Okay. Anyway, so that was a problem. Okay, and then?
And then we applied test
For
the test.
Bless you. We didn't apply for the test. We signed up for the test.
We signed up
for the test.
the
They
test.
signed up for the test on their computer. We paid them cash. I paid them cash. I cried a little bit. And then they had a credit card and they paid online
Yes.
for us. And they told Sipti what? Where are you going to go? And when?
Oh, yes.
What is the test going to be?
When we won, we showed 13 February, and they told me the place.
Where are we going?
Central
Central.
Festival.
Yeah, the mall.
Well, right now it's a festival.
Festival, that's right. Yeah. Central.
Central.
Most Thai people miss the E and the R to Senta. Senta Festival. But it's Central.
Central Festival.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest new malls.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very big in Chiang Mai. And second,
the biggest.
The biggest in Chiang Mai. The second one is Maya.
Yeah, exactly.
You say Maya? Maya.
Maya.
Maya or Maya.
I think it's Maya.
Means they have meaning.
I think it means like the god of the earth or something in, I don't know which languages, but I think it means like earth or god or something in the god of the earth. It's usually a woman. I think it's like a lady or something. I don't know very much about it, but it's some type of earth god or something, or maybe just the earth. Maybe it's just the name of the earth in another language. Maybe in South America or something, Native American. I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, keep going. Quick.
And we showed 13 on February.
Not on.
in February.
February 13th.
February 13.
Right, 13th.
13th.
And you remember Apollo 13? So actually we shouldn't have gone on the 13th because as you know, 13 is a bad number. Why did I choose 13? That's not very good.
But
Okay.
you didn't believe about...
You
don't believe about...
Not about.
In bad luck. In 13.
I do believe in bad luck, but I'm just saying that... I never said I don't believe that. I just said that NASA did not believe that 13 was a bad number.
We had 6, 13, and 22, right?
Something like that.
But if we choose 6, is
Chose.
6.
Sixth.
6th is will.
That would have been 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not ready.
I
didn't ready to.
I wouldn't have been ready.
I wouldn't have been ready to
Exactly.
shoot,
To
taste,
to go.
to go.
Right. Sipti would have been sleeping.
And
Hopefully Sipti doesn't fall asleep before the test.
and we showed 13 because
We
chose
chose
13 because I thought it would be good for me.
it would be good.
It would be good for me.
Yeah, hopefully we can take the test a few times because we want to take the AC test, we want to take the GC test, we want to take the computer test, and we want to take the paper test
To tell everyone.
so that you can tell people because many people don't have enough money. You know, it's going to be $1,000 just for a test. So it would be good information for people to have to explain, for you to explain to them what it's like, what they should do, and so that they can know. Obviously, they can look it up on other websites, they can look it up online, but people are here, they're watching their show, hopefully, 2 or 3 viewers, and they want to learn from you. So
And they asked what we want.
they
asked us
to smile.
what we
We
want.
said no.
What we want. No, we want the taste for what? I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
I mean something like that.
I don't know what it means.
They said
Oh, you're trying to say what we needed to take the test for.
what we need to take,
What we needed
we needed to take the taste for
the test.
the taste for.
Exactly. Yes. And
And-
Sifty said, we're making a show.
And we
And the lady looked at, and I told Sifty, you don't need to say that because they're going to ask questions. You don't need to say that.
for joke.
But Sifty said, we're making a show.
But-
And the lady looked at her. She said, what? She's like, are
Say
you...
too late.
She's like, did you say the wrong word? She's like, probably no one has ever said that to her whole time working there. She was not expecting that answer. Okay, and then after that, quick.
After we sign, we feel
After we,
we gave them my information.
the money.
Money and information.
Hmm.
They gave us
What did they ask from you? They needed an identification, right? They wanted ID. What did they want?
ID
Hmm.
person.
What ID did we give them?
My ID.
Yeah.
ID person.
What ID did you give them?
ID for person.
No. What ID did you give them? There's many
Oh.
types of identification. Which ID did you give them?
Passport.
Yes.
Passport ID.
Yes. So they accept two. They accept ID, Thai ID cards or passports because you don't need to be a Thai person to take an IELTS test. Many people come here from Myanmar
Good
or
luck.
Laos or Cambodia to take the test. It doesn't matter.
Good luck we have passports because I lost my
Right.
personal
At the club. So
personal-
you lost her ID card.
every
3 weeks.
every 2 years.
You lose it?
Yes,
Okay. Anyway,
but probably right
why
now.
do you think they asked for your ID card or your passport?
For they want to know what am I.
No. One more time. What do you think?
To confirm who will go to test.
Almost, yes. So this is a very serious test.
Some
If you get an 8 or an 8.5, you can do a lot more things than a person who gets a 5. And so if you signed up for the test and then I went and took the test and you got a paper that said you're an 8 or a 9 and you sent that to an American university, they would say, wow,
when you
this
got
is
there,
this
when you
is
get
the
there.
only Thai person in history who has a 9. So it's very dangerous for them if your ID doesn't match your real score, right? So they don't want you to sign up for the test and then me to go take the test for you. That would be really, really dangerous for
every
them.
test they're serious about person.
Yes. They don't want to give us the wrong score to you because then companies will be angry at them. If you go to the United States with a paper that says IELTS 9 and you can't even say your name, they're going to say this IELTS company is garbage, right? So it's
They
very
will blame
important for them.
Every IELTS test, every IELTS company, right?
There's one company. Every
Everywhere.
IELTS testing service. They're all part of the British Council or whatever. I don't know if it's a company or some type of service.
I don't know what is it. องค์กร like องค์กรการคลัง government for money, government for study, องค์กร like group, but it's hard word.
It's a department.
Department.
The education department, the
I hate
military department. No, it's not. I don't think it's part of the British government. I think it's a private company, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so then what happened? Quick.
And we get
People are getting
we got
bored.
a paper,
Not paper. Okay.
or 2 papers
Okay.
for the test.
Okay.
They said you take these papers and
These.
and you are
These.
these
These.
these
These.
DHESE หรอ
T. These.
these
Not this. This is one.
these
Like Ja learned,
These.
right? These are blue pens. This is a blue pen. These are blue pens.
these
are blue pens.
take these and your passport
To
to
the
test.
on Saturday. What time is the test?
First, writing and reading. No, write and what?
Writing.
Writing at 9
9.
a.m.
Okay.
and speaking at 3:30 or 3
Oh, I didn't know that. They were speaking in Thai. I didn't know.
p.m.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
but
fine.
they said I should go there before 8:30.
It's going to be a long day. But Sipti maybe I'll go with Sipti and we will have lunch or whatever and practice. We'll practice talking before she goes to the speaking part. Okay, so then we got the paper. They took all of our money, and then we left, right? That was it. That was the end. All the money's gone. Okay, so that was our exciting adventure at the IELTS test. We have a couple more days. We're going to try to practice the IELTS test as much as we can, speaking, and then we will send Sibji on Saturday. Hopefully we will be able to take a few tests, like I said. Anyway, the point of this test is that you can't trick them. I have met a few people who were very, very smart who did manage to trick the test a little bit. You can't trick the test a lot, but you can trick the test a little bit. IELTS people probably don't know this, but I have talked with 8,000 people, and I have met probably 3 or 4 who managed to trick the test a little bit.
How they did?
What they did is they practiced only what the test wanted. That's it. They didn't practice speaking. They didn't practice really.
Important thing.
Yeah, they didn't practice any real speaking or any real writing. They only practiced writing, reading specifically for the test only, and I was impressed that they answered the test questions better than they answered average questions. But you can't really trick the test a lot, but you can trick the test a little bit. One of them was a Korean guy, and he managed to trick the test by practicing writing reports and writing paragraphs only. He couldn't write sentences, but he was actually almost okay at writing paragraphs. Anyway, this test is very good because you cannot trick them. The level that you get is really your level. So you shouldn't be scared to go to take the test. Sipti was very, very scared the day that we left the test. She said, I'm really scared. I don't want to go.
Best score.
But you shouldn't be scared. Everyone who's watching also, you shouldn't be scared to take the test because the test does a very good job of showing what your level is. If you get a bad score, that's your level. And so there's nothing to be afraid of. It's not like a test in school where you hope that you do a good job because you're never going to learn that subject again and you don't need that subject again and you're just trying to pass. In the case of IELTS test, Sipti needs to speak English for the rest of her life. She's not going to throw it away. So getting a good score is important and getting a real score is important. So I used to tell people all the time, there's no reason to be scared about this test. If you get a bad score, that's your level. You don't want to trick them. Even if you had some magic and you could trick them, and then you go to the United States and you can't speak, that's not going to help you. What we want is the real level, and this test does a very good job of showing that level. Like I said though, there is a band. It varies between about 1 point. Sometimes you go, you can get a 6.5, sometimes you go, you get a 6. It depends on the question. Anyway, what we want to do is just practice for this week to help Sipti to get the best score that she can. That's it. And we're going to do that by giving just the advice that I have of what you should speak at. So on our show, we speak slowly so that I can help you to correct your sentences. But when you go to the test, you shouldn't speak slowly. Okay? You want to speak in your normal voice at this speed that I'm speaking right now. You don't want to speak quickly because it doesn't help you and you won't get a good score. And if you speak too slowly, they don't think that's a good job. So if you went to the test, right, and you said, I am good at speaking. Okay, the sentence is correct. They don't care. They would rather you say, I is good at speaking. Even though you make a mistake, it's better to speak naturally than it is to speak slowly with no mistakes. So when on our show, we speak slowly because I need to correct your sentences. But when you go to the test, you don't want to speak like that, right? You don't want to speak fast, but you need to speak at this level, at this speed. When you're answering the questions, you don't speak like I make you speak here. You have to speak at a normal speed. Even if you're making mistakes, it doesn't matter. You'll get a better score than if you speak slowly. No one is impressed by someone who speaks slowly with no mistakes. That is not a normal speaker, right? Okay, so let's try one question here before the end of the show, just so you can understand what I'm talking about. Describe your favorite... Any questions first about the IELTS test?
No.
Okay. Describe your favorite book. You should say when you read the book, what the book is about, why you read it, and of course, explain why this book is your favorite. Once again, describe your favorite book. You should say when you read the book, what the book is about, why you read it, and of course, explain why this is your favorite book. In the case of Sipti, it should be when you read the book, what the book is about, why you read it, and why you didn't finish it.
Yes, yes.
That should
It made me think about a book.
Sipti's book. Okay. Go ahead.
Someone gave me a book called Mindset.
Call.
Called Mindset.
Mine.
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 Mine. Mine.
Mine.
Set. My. Mind.
Mine.
Mind. Set.
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 Good. Okay. So let's play my game first to show you what you shouldn't do.
Mind.
So
Set.
show us what we shouldn't do on the test.
Don't say no.
No. Just about your first sentence. So, my friend gave me a book called Mindset. Just that sentence. Show us, I just said before we started, what do we not want to do? Two things.
I don't know.
We don't want to say too slowly, and we don't want to say too fast. Okay? So, try again and show us what we shouldn't do.
Talk about my friend.
No, just the speed. We're talking about the speed.
Don't speak slowly.
Yes, so show us what we shouldn't do.
Don't speak slowly.
Yeah, give us an example. Describe your favorite book. Show us what we shouldn't do.
My friend, one of my friends gave me a book.
Okay, but show us really, really slow so people can understand what not to do. It needs to be very clear.
One of my friends gave me a book.
Exactly. One of my friends gave me a very interesting book. Make it sound like it's fun, right? Okay, go ahead.
One of my friends.
Don't break up the words.
One of my friends.
Speaking quickly won't solve it. It's the connection of the words that goes together. One of my friends.
One of my friends.
One of my friends.
One of my friends
Gave me a book.
gave me a book.
Don't pronounce me so strongly. One of my friends
One of my friends
gave me a book.
gave me a book
There you go. That's what it should sound like.
called Mindset.
Yes. One of my friends gave me a
One
book.
of my friends.
But you should listen wait till I'm done first. One of my friends gave me a book called Mindset.
One of my friends gave me a book called Mindset.
It's still broken, remember? One of my friends.
One of my friends.
It's not about fast. It's about connecting the words together. One of my friends.
One of my friends.
Can you hear the difference or not when I say it? Listen to mine. One of my friends. Even if I say it fast. One of my friends.
One of my friends.
It's broken, right? But it should be one of my friends.
One of my friends.
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 One of my friends.
One of my friends.
When we speak correctly, we don't have to pronounce the D so
One
strongly.
of my friend.
Friends.
One of my friends.
But it's not
Friends.
disappear.
Friends.
The D doesn't disappear. It's just the timing that changes.
That is my problem.
That's why, right? That's why we're here. So first we learn to pronounce the words clearly because that's what kids do. In the United States, if you listen to kids talking, they speak clearly. They pronounce the words, not when they're very young, but once they get a little bit older, they pronounce the words a little bit clearer than other people do. And then you learn to put them together. Anyway, usually we have 6 more months to do that, but we only have a couple more days. Anyway, I just want you to understand what it should sound like to be perfect, and then you can get as close as you can. So remember, one of my friends, right? You don't want to say one of my friends, one of my friends. That's broken. It doesn't matter the speed. One of my friends. One of my friends. It doesn't matter the speed. It's the connection of the words. One of my friends. One of my friends. It's connected, right? Okay, go ahead.
One of my friends.
Don't change the speed. It shouldn't be one of my friends. It's one of my friends. The whole thing has the same speed.
One of my friends.
One of my friends.
One of my friends.
We don't want to say one of my friends. It's connected together. One of my friends.
One of my friends.
But you're still breaking the one. One of my friends.
One of my friends.
That's better, but a little bit stronger with the D. One of my friends.
One of my friends.
Maybe not the D, but the S. One of my friends.
One of my friends.
Don't say the D, just say the Z.
Is
One of my friends.
one of my friends.
Yes. One of my friends.
One of my friends.
Yes, exactly. That's what we want. Okay,
One
what do
of
we
my
not want?
One of my friends.
Good. And we don't want the fast one?
One of my friends.
Right. The good one?
One of my friends.
Friends.
One of my friends. One of my friends.
Yes, exactly.
Gave me
Gave
me a book called Mindset.
Okay, quick.
But no, the book talk. The book is about mindset. No, people. Mindset of people. No. The book is about how to make good mindset.
Okay.
Good mind.
Mind.
How to
In the test, you can't repeat things like this, right? So you have to just keep going. You say it, and if you don't like it, you got to keep going. And that's it. If you try to repeat, you'll run out of time. You only have 2 minutes, right? So try again. Describe your favorite book. You should say when you read the book, what the book is about, why you read it, and of course, why it's your favorite book.
One of my friends gave me a book called Mindset. It's about how to have good mind, how to make good mind for your life. Mind for your life. And if you can follow the book, probably you will be smarter and have better life. I started to read this book 3 years ago, but I still couldn't finish it because it's hard to do like they said, and sometimes when I feel bad, I couldn't read this book because it's about mind. That's why I like this book, because I want to win. I want to finish this book. I still want to finish this book, even though it's hard to understand.
Anyway, that's why we have a couple more. We have a couple more days to get the best that we can. Remember, this is hard. This test is hard, and like they told us, what do most Thai people get?
5.
Right.
5.5, but the students could get 8, 7. Some students.
Yes, because some of those students went to English-speaking schools. So many people who have a lot of money, they know that their kids need to speak English very well, and they send them to English-speaking schools when they're kids. And those are the people who get 8s. It's not very easy to get an 8. I have not spoke with very many people who could speak at an 8 level without some type of advanced training when they were kids. Once you get up to Sipti's age and you try to learn English, it's very, very hard to get an 8. 7 is fine. If you can get a 7, that's good enough. Anyway, it's too slow, right? So it needs to be a little bit faster than that. You can't say my favorite book is Mindset. It has to be my favorite book is Mindset, and it's a book that I got when I was 15 years old from one of my good friends, like that. It has to be at that speed. Even if you're making mistakes, you have to maintain that speed, because no one is impressed by someone who speaks slowly if they don't make mistakes. It doesn't help. Someone who says, my favorite book is Mindset. No one thinks that that's good, even if there's no problems. So the speed has to be right. And that's going to be hard for Sipti, because I have been trying to slow Sipti's speed for a long time to fix the grammar problems. So we haven't had the time yet to move up to the right speed. But anyway, we will see what the test says on Saturday. Anyway, hopefully we will have time to go through a few more questions. We will do a whole test again. I have one more test that I will print out, and I will show you the whole test again so you know what it's like. And I will give you all of the tips that I can, and then we will send Sipti off.
Say tip or tick?
Tips.
tips
Tips.
like tips money
Tips means examples. Help.
about tick what about
Ticks are animals that stick in on your skin and steal your blood, like a leech.
when Thai people said I have trick to
A trick.
trick
And that's a trick. Thai people don't know how to say the R,
trick
so they say tick. But trick is a lie, a way to steal something from someone. A tick is an animal, an insect that steals your blood. And a tip is for giving you good advice so you can succeed. Okay, that's all the time we have for today. Hope you all had fun watching us here on the Long Rain English show. Any questions from Sibti?
no
Thank you so much, Sibti. If you want to see Sibti at the IELTS test, just go there on Saturday, and you might see her. Some of the people who are watching the show may see Sibti at the IELTS test on Saturday. Also, if you have any tips, tricks, or ticks for Sibti, make sure you send her a message on Instagram. Thank you so much.
thank you
Bye
ขอบคุณ
bye.
ค่ะ